In 2012, the Disney Channel began airing Gravity Falls, and we were introduced to an animated television series unlike any we've had before. Gravity Falls is filled with mysteries and secrets, both for its characters to solve and for the audience at home. Secret pasts, hidden messages, mysterious magic, and much more, all swirled together to make Gravity Falls an incredibly unique experience, and what has quickly become my favorite animated show currently airing.
Paige and Dr. Waddles, we got a boy here with a broken heart. Come on, man. These are the jokes.
When Dipper and Mabel Pines were shipped off for the summer to stay at their great Uncle Stan's Mystery Shack in Gravity Falls, they had no idea what they were in for. At a glance, Gravity Falls is a simple and small town filled with strange characters, and the Mystery Shack serves as a museum which showcases amazing supernatural findings. Except it's a complete hoax, and everything inside of it is either fake or just completely stupid. But when Dipper finds a mysterious journal, they begin to realize that there's more to Gravity Falls than meets the eye. I thought about doing a full review on the show, but in truth, I've got nothing but good things to say about it. So instead, I wanted to take a look into some of the hidden secrets that can be discovered in this series. I know others on the internet have covered this stuff before me, but this is just my spin on it. For those of you who haven't checked out the show yet or aren't caught up, everything from here on out contains some pretty massive spoilers, so I would highly recommend getting all caught up. You certainly won't regret it. As for the rest of us, well, let's jump into some of the mysteries of Gravity Falls. After a cold open, the theme song starts off each episode, and there is a lot to see in these 40 seconds. The visuals are stunning and colorful, and the theme song itself is nothing short of awesome. But a keen eye and ear might pick up some interesting things. For instance, in one shot we can see a figure, presumably Bigfoot, passing through the woods. But just for one quick frame, anyone who decided to blink during the intro might have missed him. We're also shown a smattering of Polaroids which have plenty of familiar faces, such as Blendin Blandin, the Summerween Trickster, and the giant pterodactyl that we saw towards the end. So if they commit to these images like they have thus far, it looks like we can expect some pretty interesting storylines down the road. But it's not until the very end of the opening that we're given the two most crucial secrets. Listen carefully as the music wraps up. Did you hear it? It's a whisper that seems to say, "I'm still here." Check it out again. But played backwards, it actually says 3 letters back. But why are they telling us that? Well, at the end of each episode, there's a coded message or cryptogram plainly displayed. But how do you crack it? Well, 3 letters back is your start. It references the Caesar cipher, which looks a little something like this. This can be used to decode the credits messages. Throughout the season, they've circulated through various ciphers to decode these credits messages, among others that are hidden inside the show. The credits messages are nothing major and mostly just fun Easter eggs, but these ciphers can be used to dig up some bigger mysteries. Which brings me back to the end of the opening sequence, just after we hear the reverse message. We are flashed with this. This very intriguing frame includes more hidden information than any single bit we've yet to come across. For instance, this coded passage here can be cracked using the Caesar cipher to reveal a message that says, "Stan is not what he seems." We also have this character, whom we now know as Bill Cipher, a mysterious being summoned by Lil Gideon. We could probably guess that Bill will continue to be a pretty important antagonist in the show. Cypher's visual appearance seems to be a reference to the widely known Illuminati symbol, which can be seen sprinkled into places all over the show. But the most intriguing bit of this image is the circle that surrounds Cypher. There's no confirmed answers on this yet, but much speculation has been made, and most of it I tend to agree with. Each symbol seems to represent a character, and here's how I kind of see it. The claw is Grunkle Stan, the question mark represents Zeus, the shooting star represents Mabel, the regular star represents Gideon, the pine tree represents Dipper, and the heart with the pins represents Robbie. All of the symbols I've just identified can be found on the clothing of characters we've met in the show, so the ice, the glasses, the llama, and the hand are still possibly characters we've yet to meet. Well, that's my theory anyways. Others have said the llama is also Mabel because she has a llama sweater as well, or that the ice is Wendy because she's cool and usually is around bags of ice. But honestly, that seems a little forced to me. But at this point, who truly knows? There are plenty of other little hidden gems that can be found episode to episode, such as Gideon's backward message when he's summoning in Dreamscapers.
No caps, no caps, no caps, no caps, no caps, no caps. Backwards message, backwards message, backwards message, backwards message, backwards message.
Well played, Gravity Falls. But for now, I want to jump to the end of the season and get into the very last episode. The end of the last episode.
Here we go.
Oh my word. I can't be the only one who got chills at this point. We finally get to see what Stan's up to behind that vending machine. It's revealed that Stan is the owner of the third journal, and now that he has them all, he begins to open some kind of mysterious portal. And at this point, it's anyone's guess about what comes next. But there's a few things I'd like to highlight in this scene. For one, when the camera pans down to the basement as Stan enters, we can see a code written on a pipe. When decoded, it says Bill is watching. This is interesting and kind of leads me to believe that Bill and Stan aren't working together. So I think Stan, though he has secrets, is still gonna ultimately end up a good guy. The last thing I'd like to mention about this scene is this.
Finally, we have them all.
It almost sounds like he said, "We have them all," right?
Finally, we have them all.
Of course, people do say we sometimes when referring just to themselves. However, in the Gravity Falls online game Rumble's Revenge, we are given more codes to crack, one of which reveals there is a secret society in Gravity Falls. Very interesting. Could Stan be working with some of the other citizens of Gravity Falls? Is that what he meant when he said we have them all? Assuming that he did say we have them all. I guess at the moment we just can't say for sure, but for now, let's get into some predictions. I don't have many predictions about what will happen next, and am mostly excited just to see what they'll do with it. But there are tons of conspiracies and speculations to things all over the internet if you're interested in doing some digging. However, I would like to make one large prediction. I think that Robbie will be involved in a very big way later on. For one, he is clearly referenced on the circular diagram I discussed earlier. And second, and more importantly, in the episode Boys Crazy, Robbie uses a magical CD to brainwash Wendy. Where did he get that from? It's certainly suspect how they sort of just swept that under the rug. I mean, I suppose he could have just recorded himself speaking backwards, but that doesn't actually work in real life. Something smells fishy about it. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely keeping my eye on him. So that's it for me. I've had a blast watching Gravity Falls this season, and I can't wait to dig further into its mysteries in Season 2. In a strange way, Gravity Falls seems to have filled a void I've been trying to fill since Lost ended. Anyways, have any conspiracies or predictions of your own? I'd love to hear them down in the comments. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon.